Hello, and welcome to Healthy Habits, where things are seldom perfect, but I am still making progress. I am learning to replace old habits with new, healthier ones. I hope that you can find something useful or inspiring in the things that I share here, or at least leave with a smile. Okay, so we're back with the herbs. Today I am going to show you how I preserve oregano. So I have cut all my oregano, and you want to let it get about 3 to 4 inches tall before you cut it. My goodness, it smells so good. All right, I have washed it, laid it all out here, and letting it dry out a little bit before I hang it, otherwise it's going to drip all over the floor. So I just put a bunch of them into a little bunch. I've got a string. I reuse the string over and over again. Um, there's different, you can use whatever type string you want. I've even used a ribbon, so, but in desperation, I've used a ribbon. Anything that will make a knot, right? So you're just gonna tie your little bunch up, let it hang up to dry. This takes, depending on the temperature in your home, it's going to take, or the dryness, humidity, you really just have to be a judge. When it looks like this, and you can hear that crinkling, okay, then you know that it's ready, and you can take it down. Now that I have the fresh all hung up, I'm going to take the old, and all you got to do is go down the stem, and they just fall right off. Okay, you hear that crinkling? That's how you know it's ready. Some of them are a little more stubborn than others, but if you go against the way it would naturally have grown, they come off very easily. Very easily, it's just falling off. And it smells so good. Oh my goodness, my hand smells so good. All right, so obviously you want to make sure your hands are clean when you do this. And just gonna make yourself a big pile here. I'm just using a paper plate. You can use a paper towel. If your counter's clean, you could just do it right on the counter. I'm gonna do the exact same thing to the sage that I'm gonna do to, which is what this is. I've already plucked those off. I'm gonna do the exact same thing to the sage as I'm gonna do to my oregano. And that is, I'm gonna take my little magic bullet and I'm gonna grind it up. You could use a blender, you could, literally most of this has been done just with my hands, but I like smaller, finer pieces for like marinades and rubs. Now I'm just going through and checking to see if there's any stems left. You're going to get, there's always going to be a couple little pieces in there, but you don't want your large stems in there. They won't grind up well and really not going to have much taste or nutritional value either. All right, so I have all my stems. They're just going to go in the compost. I did the same thing with this. This is basil. I'm sorry, this is sage. I like a paper plate because it folds up nicely. You don't lose any. Makes like its own little funnel type thing. Right? Now, if I was going to use this for herbal tea, I will leave it this size and not grind it. So I'll be doing that on the next batch. So after about 30 seconds, you've got your base, you've got your oregano finely chopped. You can keep it in a container. I've got a Tupperware container to keep it in. You could keep it in any little small bottle. Here's Ziploc. Any way that you want to keep it. This is last year's, so I'm using that up first before any of the new. You can see I've done this. This is the second time. So I'm almost full here. I'll use probably maybe 2 of these a year, depending on the recipes. So I'll fill this. I'll just continue to fill this. Hang them up, dry them out, fill it up till it's full. Easy peasy. I reuse my paper plates, plastic and jar containers, and this magic bullet over and over again, so there's very little waste. The stems and leaves that aren't any good go in the compost. Now again, I put my old from last year into a Ziploc bag and put the new into a container so that I know what to use first. What do I use sage for? I use this a lot on chicken, turkey for sure. And oregano, well, what don't I put that in? I'm getting ready to make pizza today and I'm gonna put oregano in that. So oregano you could grow in a small pot, or you can put it out in the garden and let it spread. But sage makes a good bush and it's pretty, so you do need a little space for that one. This is an example of the size I leave the leaves for tea. This is sage. It's great in green tea.